Hello everybody, this is Vicious, and welcome back to more Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. So in the last episode, we took down Queen Goma, not much of a challenge there really, and now we get this wonderful story about the Great Deku Tree. Now, I've seen this story like a million times, and I know talking over it really won't matter because it's kinda simple, and I think if you played this game, I'm pretty sure almost everybody at this point has played this game. If you haven't, I highly recommend playing this game, but you've probably seen this cutscene a million times, and sadly with the Ocarina of Time, you can't skip it. So I think I've seen this cutscene about, I don't know, at least over 100 times by this point. I mean, it's a nice cutscene, it's really well done, it explains a lot of things that are going on, it explains Ganondorf, it explains how the world was created from the three goddesses and how they left the Triforce behind. It's really well done, and I love the fact that this cutscene was like there. It really explained a lot of things to me, and like I said, since it's his first step into 3D, it was just so well done. I mean, my mind was blown when I first saw this as a kid. Nowadays, it's like nothing compared to what the PS4 could do, the Xbox One, you know, stuff like that, but at the time, this was like the coolest thing ever, just seeing these graphics, because growing up, I didn't have a PlayStation right away. I had an N64. I'm more of a Nintendo guy than anything, so this was just mind-blowing, and it's awesome. So first we get Din spreading the land with the red earth. I said wind. Wow. I'm terrible at speaking. There we go. Din lays down that beautiful red earth. Really not beautiful in this case, but, you know, it's nice. You got some nice lightning effects going on. So yeah, with her strong flaming arms, she created the red earth. And then we have Nehru. I hope I'm saying that right. Nehru poured a wisdom to the earth and gave spirit of law to the world. And of course, Feor. Now, I think I'm saying Feor right. Basically, what she did was created the forest and life forms that would uphold the law. And as they leave the world, they leave behind the Triforce. Now, I remember when this game was first talked about, I remember seeing the original trailers for this game, and in one of the scenes, you actually get to see Link pick up the Triforce, and the rumors were that when he picked up the Triforce, it would give him the Sword Beam technique. Now, a lot of you might recognize the Sword Beam technique from A Link to the Past, the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, and there's a few other ones down the line that picked up the Sword Beam technique. Now, I was really, really excited to see that. I mean, because in every game we played, the Triforce was so unattainable. And this was going to be the first one which we could actually obtain the Triforce. And there are hackers to this day that still try to track down the legendary unicorn fountain. The only reason I call it legendary is because not many people have seen it. You have to do a lot of hacking. There's a lot of clues left behind of a thing called the unicorn fountain. It's really cool. You can definitely check a lot of like YouTube videos and people trying to exploit things or hacking the game or getting into the code to try to find a Triforce or the location where it was supposed to be. I believe somebody eventually did find a location or a weird room that could have been where the Triforce would have been held. It's interesting. I love a lot of the things that go behind this game. A lot of the beta stuff. There's a lot of really cool beta stuff, which I highly recommend looking up on YouTube. Just search it. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time beta stuff. So anyway, we get the Kokiri Emerald after listening to that wonderful story. Sadly, the Deku Tree is going to die. No matter what we did there, he was doomed from the start. But we showed him the courage, and we were able to obtain the first spiritual stone, the Kokiri Emerald. You know, this scene was kind of like heart-wrenching at first, because you did all that work to try to save the Deku Tree, and it just ends up dying. And Navi takes it the hardest, because Navi and the Deku Tree, they were like buds. It's a very sad scene. Well, from my opinion. I mean, not many other people would feel like... It's no heart-wrenching like Ares' death, or all the other games that have really heart-wrenching scenes, but as a kid, this was kind of like, oh. It was just kind of heartbreaking. I did all that work for nothing. So anyway, we're going to leave the forest now, because we did everything we could do here. As we've been told before, we weren't we weren't going to stay in this forest forever. Our destiny lies elsewhere. Anyway. Oh, this guy. I think his name's Mylon, I think it is. Yeah, I believe it's Mylon. Or Milo. I forget his name because it's been a while since I actually paid attention to that guy. He's annoying and I hate him. He just gets in your way. So anyway, before we leave the forest, we're actually going to stop by and pick up an upgrade for our fairy slingshot. Now this little minigame, heck, I don't even call it a minigame. This little side quest we're going to be doing right now, it's super easy. All we have to do is get 3 bullseyes with the fairy slingshot. Super simple. I remember my first playthrough and I got it like that. Like it was nothing. So anyway, here's the Lost Woods. We'll be coming back to the Lost Woods in a bit, but for now we're just picking up this upgrade. Now my aim is not perfect, I will admit. I do get a 30. It doesn't matter if you miss one, as long as you just get 3 100s, you're fine. 1, 2, and 3. And a nice little Deku Scrub pops out and it's like, oh my god, you're so amazing! I'm gonna have to give you something really cool for that. And so he does. Cool! See? Thinks we're so cool. 3 perfect bullseyes. And since we got 3 perfect bullseyes, he's gonna give us an upgrade to our fairy slingshot. Basically, we can hold more seeds now. So, Deku Seeds bullet bag. We can hold up to 40 slingshot bullets. Now, I don't think you're really ever gonna need 40, but hey, it's nice to have. I guess, right? So anyway, it's time to make our way to Hyrule and to meet the Princess of Destiny. Which, in this case, you probably already know who the Princess of Destiny is. But if you don't, I won't say anything until we get there. And see that guy who was blocking us before? He's gone. But we're going to be stopped real quick. Because Saria just randomly teleports there. It's kind of weird, actually. I never noticed that. I always thought she was right there, but she, like, teleports in. So she knew that we would leave the forest one day. But you know what? No matter how far away you are, you'll always remain friends. Even through the bonds of time, you will remain friends. And with her parting gift, she's going to hand us the Ocarina, which is just a fairy Ocarina. This is not the Ocarina of Time. We won't be obtaining that till a little bit later in the game. Now this little musical instrument here is going to be super amazing and help us in a lot of situations. I believe the flute was first introduced in the original Legend of Zelda. I remember using it a lot more in A Link to the Past because it was your way of transporting yourself from different spots of the map. It made traveling a lot easier than just running all over the place. Even though to this day I still miss the Pegasus boots from A Link to the Past. Cool thing about the Pegasus boots though is there is a sequel to A Link to the Past that only came out in Japan on the Nintendo Satellaview. And one of the cool things they did with that game was upgrade the Pegasus boots, so you can actually dash and move around while dashing still. So that was really, really cool. I kind of wish when they did the remake for the GBA, they put that option in there, but what are you going to do? So anyway, guys, look at beautiful Hyrule Field. Oh, I remember playing this for the first time, and this place was humongous. This place is way too big, and it takes you so long to get anywhere on this place unless you have Epona, which kind of sucks because you don't get Epona until much later in the game. And before we can leave, we have to be stopped by a certain somebody. Say hello to Gabora Gabora. What a wonderful name. Now, Gabora in this game is just a pain. He doesn't shut up. He appears when you don't want him to. You just want to keep going. And he stops you. And he actually tricks you a few times because when he asks you, he's like, oh, do you understand everything? The first time, the yes button will be somewhere else, like the bottom. And then the second time you talk to him, he moves it around to try to mess with you. So you get caught up. So he's trying to make sure that you're paying attention to what he's saying. Because there's been a few times where I'm just trying to skip the text like really, really fast. And I get caught up and I have to listen to like 3 more times. It's terrible. So anyway, he's just explaining the map. Basically on the map, if we see a flashing dot, that's where we are. Did we get all that? Yeah, see, he puts it on the bottom, and when you talk to him later, he's going to put it right at the top. Just to mess with your mind. Now, a funny thing about this part coming up here is, every time I would traverse Hyrule Field, I would always make it before before I had the chance of getting into Hyrule Castle. This time, I actually make it. And I'm actually kind of proud of that, because every other playthrough I've done, I never get there in time. And so I have to wait outside for a little bit, and that's when I head up to Kokiri Village and mess around with there. But anyway, this is a little trick you can do here. If you want to, move around the field a little bit faster, you can walk backwards. Surprisingly enough, it moves you faster than just walking or rolling. A lot of speedrunners use that tactic to get across like large fields and stuff like this. For instance, Hyrule Field. Now, thankfully enough, we actually made it in nighttime, so that we can actually continue on with what we're doing. Now, if you come here through the daytime, you'll have to wait a little bit. You can run up towards Hyrule Castle. You'll be stopped by Gabora again, and you can still sneak in, but you're going to need a certain item you can only pick up at night. So you can do all the sneaking you want, it's just going to stop you. But first, we're going to break into this little guardhouse here and just break all his pots. Because why not? That's actually one of the biggest running jokes of Legend of Zelda. It just comes in and breaks everybody's pots. I mean, I highly recommend not going into someone's house and breaking their pots. But, Link does it and nobody cares. Like, look at these guards. They just don't care. But yeah, we can also pick up another gold Skulltula, which is hiding in there. And if you're ever low on money, I would recommend coming in here and just stocking up. And you can just exit and come back. And you'll just pick up tons of rupees. It's a good way to earn money. So we're just breaking pots. It's very exciting. Also, there's some pots up top there if you want to snipe them down with your fairy slingshot. Sadly, we don't have the charge-up attack yet. We'll be getting that soon, though. So anyway, there's a little mini-game you can do here, which is with these dogs. You basically bring it back to a lady, and she will give you, I believe, a heart piece or a bottle. I think it's a bottle. Not entirely sure. I forget that one, because it's one side quest I don't like doing. Also, here's Malon. Yeah, we're not from around here. See, yes, we are a fairy boy from the forest. Hi, Malon. Yeah, so basically, that is the point where it stops you. Basically, what happens is, her dad goes up to the castle, delivers milk, and passes out. I am dead serious. Now, when you first enter here, Malon's not going to be there right away. You actually have to either leave and come back, or get caught. In this case, I go back and just get caught real quick because it's simple. At nighttime, it's a little more trickier to get up to the castle because they have more guards laying about, but it's still like a really easy path you can just take. Anyway, Gabora stops us once again, tells more useless information, and just to hoot at us. See how he switches it? He messes with you. And Nintendo knew what they were doing. They were like, yeah, we're going to mess with you. We're going to make sure you pay attention to that wonderful bird. First thing we're going to grab, though, is a gold Skulltula. There's actually a really interesting glitch coming up that you can do to basically obtain 100 gold Skulltulas. There is a gold Skulltula coming up in the... Before you before you talk to Malon's father, there's a tree you can hit, and it has a gold Skulltula. Now, there's a little interesting glitch. I don't know it by heart because I haven't done it before, but basically there's a way to have that gold Skulltula spawn over and over and over again to the point where you can just max out all your gold Skulltulas right away. So it beats doing all that, running around looking for the Skulltulas. You can pretty much get every upgrade from the Skulltula house right now if you wanted to. Now, I'm not going to do that because that just wouldn't be fair. But maybe I'll do like a bonus video where I show off doing that glitch, because I haven't done that glitch before, but it'd be kind of cool to show it off. Anyway, Dr. Malon here, she will give us a weird egg. We're actually going to need this egg to wake up her father that's blocking the path. Now, since it's nighttime, by the time it hits morning, it's going to wake up and then we can use it, because it's still stuck in its egg, it still has to incubate. Also, I hate this little vine here. It takes me so much time to get up here. There we go. Simple, easy stuff. But anyway, there is a boulder here that you can blow up with a bomb. Sadly, we don't have access to bombs just yet. We'll be getting that in the next dungeon, actually. So anyway, it's time to pull some Metal Gear Link. we have to sneak by. As you can tell, there's a lot more guards laying around. They're everywhere. And look, a chicken hatched from the egg you are incubating. It's a miracle of life. So yeah, now we have a chicken, which somehow is fully grown when we actually look at the icon. I guess Hyrule chickens grow really, really fast? I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to hop down here and hop in this little pool. I mean, you can run by those guards, but I highly recommend not doing it because it will screw you up. So anyway, this tree up here, sadly, it has to be at nighttime. If you try to run to it in the morning, he just doesn't appear. As you can see, I'm going to try to do it right now. I'm going to try to get the gold sculpture here and hit the tree, and nothing shows up. You basically have to wait until night. Now, I'm not sure if they patched the glitch with the gold sculpture yet. Anyway, there's the chicken. See, it's fully grown. It's really weird. I can understand maybe like a baby chick icon, but I guess it's just trying to copy because there's another side quest later on in the game that uses the chicken icon as well. So anyway, there's Talon. This is Malon's father, who is extremely lazy. And I mean extremely lazy. You catch him laying everywhere. I believe when you go to Kakariko Village. I said that totally wrong, didn't I? Kakariko Village, my bad. When you go to Kakariko Village, he's actually laying passed out in someone's bed. It's weird. So anyway, he's gonna rush home now. Dude can move when he's in trouble. Basically, in this case, Malon's gonna beat the crap out of him for making her wait that long. What kind of father is that, really? You make your daughter wait that long. You make her wait all day. And you find out he's passed out in the courtyard. What a wonderful father. Father of the year, everybody. Talon, father of the year. So yeah, this part here is a little bit annoying. They basically just going to push the blocks over. I was seriously thinking about editing out like this, just pushing the blocks because it's tedious and boring to watch, but then again, it's just a block pushing puzzle. It's not difficult at all. Don't worry, we'll be talking to Malon and Talon later on. Or Malon and Talon. However you want to say it. I should say it Malon and Talon, but I know it's probably wrong, but that's just how I say it. I'm trying to be like right with the pronunciation of the name, but then again, I'm probably gonna get bashed anyway. So anyway, yes, it's time for some Metal Gear Link. Basically, we have to sneak by these guards. These guards are super dumb, though, actually. You can sit right behind them, and they never notice you. They never look behind themselves. So it's just like, I'm going to walk right by you and have no problems at all. Just going to sneak on by. Don't mind me. Just going to sneak on by. Worst castle guards ever. No wonder Ganondorf just comes in here and wrecks shop. That's easy. Now this part, I never actually gone under there and try to pick up those rupees because one, I really don't need rupees. There's millions of ways to obtain rupees in this game. That, and you see how fast that guy moves? I almost fell off right there, but that guy moves really, really fast, and you have to be really, really quick. And the fact that the top is covered with like leaves, or an attempt of covering with leaves, it makes it really hard to see where he's at. Also, they did not notice me when I bumped into that wall, which is just lovely. How do you not notice somebody when they bumped into a wall and said, yay? Or make some weird noise? It's like, come on, dude. I just bumped into that wall. Shouldn't you notice me? Now, this is like a newer game. That probably would have happened. Like, bumping into the wall probably would have set up the guard. But this is a little bit older, and they're a little more lenient. And they were kind of limited in what they could do, so I'm okay with that. Because I can imagine what this game would look like if it was more up to date with, like, what current games are. Oh man, I don't want to imagine. That'd be painful. I'm not a big fan of like newer games. I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming out, and there's a lot of new games I do like, but most of them I'm just not very fond of. So anyway, we're gonna meet up with the princess here, but we got a little cool Easter egg first. We're gonna show off. We're actually gonna talk to the princess in the next episode. So come over here and shoot this. And get a red rupee. And it's also another little interesting thing I actually found out. If you come over the other window and shoot this down, a little guard's going to pop out and throw a bomb at you. But anyway, guys, this is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. On the next part, we're going to talk to the Princess of Destiny. I have been your host, Vicious. Have a great day, everybody.